Hi, everybody. All right. I am channeling a message for humanity, and dang it, it's going to be happy already. I've been saying that like quite a few times now. I've made quite a few videos, and they've all been kind of just really intense, right? And this is going to be happy, dang it. I had a really cool experience when I woke up this morning, and I woke up literally to the sound of human beings across the globe making love. It was quite an experience. So you have 8 billion people on the planet with love-making voices, and I'm not talking about, you know, pornography. I'm talking about actual connections, soulmate connections, deeper sexual experiences that are transformative. And hearing that sound, and it was kind of struck me as whoa. It's pretty overwhelming. And then from the sound I saw bubbles of energy. It looked like mist that was raising across the entire globe. An entire globe was covered in this energetic lovemaking mist. It was really crazy. And from there, I saw this experience of human beings not carrying weapons across borders and basically blowing each other up. But I saw human beings walking across borders, and instead of weapons, they carried words that said, I love you, in all the languages that exist in this world. And so there were just people walking across borders with their arms open, saying, I love you to complete strangers across the globe. It was the coolest, most random thing I've ever woken up to. And it was really nice to see that. What does that mean? When is that going to happen? I want that to be every day. I want that to be what we all experience is bliss and joy. There's nothing boring, there's nothing miserable about love. Love is what inspires us to cheer and radiate and find our passions and be who and what we are meant to be on a level that is far more extraordinary than going to work and being a paper pusher, but actually doing something more than that that influences others to smile and changes this world energetically. It's a big deal. So I'm going to relax and then we'll see what Spirit has to share. So, I'm just relaxing. I'm waking up and I'm surrounded by nature everywhere. There's some ivy vines down here closer to the ground. That's what it kind of looks like. The star-shaped leaves, and they're dark green in color, but there's a lot of dirt on the ground too. It's a foresty type image. There's a lot of shadow or shade from really tall, massive old trees. And there's some sort of fallen tree, so there's some bark here on the ground that's kind of decaying out, and I'm just waking up from having laid down on the ground. I'm standing up. I'm fully dressed. I see beams of sunlight that come through the trees. It's not particularly warm, but I'm not cold, so I'm not really noticing warmth or temperature, but I sure do like the way these beams of light are touching my face or waking me up to day. Is what it feels like. Not waking up in the middle of the night, I'm waking up to rays of sunlight upon my face. And I'm standing. I am looking at trees, north, east, south, and west. I'm not certain what my direction is. Shall I just stay here, sit on this sort of fallen tree bench? Just mingle with the forest and experience nature in this way. So peaceful, pristine. It's charming. It's safe. It feels like home. It feels cozy here. The reality is, my soul cannot grow by standing in one place. My soul cannot grow. And if my soul is not growing, what does that mean for the expansion of all? The soul wants to expand. It actually hungers and craves expansion. So when it craves expansion, even though this moment of peacefulness is so desirable, it understands that it cannot remain in one place if it is to continue expanding. And expansion creates ecstasy. Expansion, even through the greatest terrors that you could experience, creates spiritual ecstasy for the soul. For the human body or the human mind or the human emotions, it does not create ecstasy when we are challenged. But for the soul, it does create ecstasy. And the soul's ecstasy is then challenging the body to find reasons to rise above. Now the body is in strife and suffering, is in mourning, while the soul is actually transforming and growing and expanding and delighting in the experience. They say there's two versions of a moment. In one version, the soul is delighting and is its choice to expand. In another version, the soul is experiencing the human strife or the human challenge, and that version of the experience is completely felt like you could bang a gong and all the gong waves are going to rumble through you, and it is unmistakable, undeniable. You hear it, you feel it, you experience it. The soul does experience the pain, but the soul also experiences the triumph from the experience of pain. That's what they say. They say in order to know it, they're showing me the directions, right? North, east, south, and west, and the soul choosing expansion. In order for you to feel the influence of joy in expansion, you have to make steps forward. You have to continue to delightfully embrace the gift of experience. So, although you're in a state of peace and it's delightful here, standing still, truly is not delightful because your soul hungers and craves expansion. And so now they're talking about making steps, choosing a direction, and then going in the direction and seeing what lies ahead. It's kind of exciting. Door number 1, door number 2, door number 3, door number 4. Which direction will you take? And what will be there? We don't know. You won't know until you choose to take a step in a direction and then see what is there. Don't fear what is there. Allow yourself to become delighted and excited to explore and experience and discover what is there. And there is where you discover yourself. That's what they say. How will you discover yourself if you stand still? You only discover yourself through experiencing life. They're talking about the soul will not allow itself, higher self, coming in and ensuring that there is a continuation of experience. Sometimes as human beings, the soul residing within the body experience, I don't fully comprehend how they balance together, but sometimes we can get stagnant, right? And you need to have a higher self push in order to get your body going in a direction. You have to have that. Otherwise, the humanness can say I'm in charge when no, the higher self is truly the inspiration or influence that chooses growth or chooses to be at peace for a while. So no matter what, the soul will choose to push you along if it must be pushed. And they're saying sometimes when you get cozy, the push of the higher self can rattle the cage and make you want to barf, make you really furious, make you mad, make you depressed, make you emotional. And it is the emotion that puts you into motion. So you're being forced to move. The immovable boulder will be moved. Higher self will ensure movement takes place. You can't just stay cozy here in the forest forever. What will you ever see? What will you ever experience? What will you ever know? Other than the star-shaped leaves here on the ground, this tree that has fallen, the taller trees, the sunlight coming through. There's more to this than that. It's an infinite universe. That's what they say. They say put your heart in the direction that you choose to go. Put your heart into it. Don't put your fears into that box, because it'll be very hard to make steps towards anything. If each step you're just feeling fearful, you can't, it's going to be a very, very hard, very long walk if you choose to take that walk in fear. You have to take the walk with love in your heart, delight and excitement, even if it feels rocky, even if it feels shaky, even if it feels really vulnerable. That is the moment when you need to acknowledge, okay, I'm feeling vulnerable. I'm feeling like I'm a stubborn donkey and I'm not going to go. Now I have to choose to go. I have to choose to go with joy. How can I choose to go with joy? I have to find tools. I have to find instructions within myself. I have to find trust and guidance, and that everything is as it's meant to be. I need to allow that trust then to help me put one foot in front of the other and then get me going into a sprint, because this life is exciting and living life is exciting and it is joyful and it is a reason to celebrate. And I need to keep moving in that direction and feeling that celebration energy within me and the joy and excitement of the unknown and the curious world that we live in and going beyond it. That's what they're talking about. So I'm just waiting right now. Not showing me anything new. Just gonna take a drink of coffee. My stomach's rumbling. I need to eat my breakfast. So it might be hearing like gurgly, silly gurgly noises. That's me. Let's see what else. They're really showing me the experience of a wind blowing and the scene of a kite blowing in the wind. How will the kite ever rise up into the wind? How will the child ever delight in the kite risen into the wind? There's something about choices and choosing to experience and be taken by the wind where you are meant to go. And there's a delight in that, not just for you, the kite, experiencing the wind, but for others experiencing you as well. You're motivating others to smile and to feel joy in their own experiences, because you too are allowing yourself to be taken by the wind. It's the best I could describe it. Don't let, there's something here. I'm watching an idea that the wind would stop blowing and now the kite has fallen to the ground and I see the child's frowning. But the wind never stops blowing. Even in the split moment where there was an inspiration to envision that the wind had stopped blowing and now the child is frowning, it's not allowed. They're showing me that the wind is blowing and you are captivated and experiencing the wind and the current, and you are making others smile. And that is the scene. It is nothing else but that. Positive motivation. That is it. There's nothing else to be seen here, they say. Just this image, and a smiling child, and a kite in the air, and the wind blowing the kite, and we are sailing. That's what they want to show. There's nothing else. I keep trying to influence a shift or a change, but it's not allowed. The kite is not getting caught in a tree. The wind is not going away. The child is not frowning. No matter how many times your mind is going to try to manipulate to see that only bad can come, no, it's good. Over and over and over and over and over again. Good. We emphasize good. The mind is not going to shake and rattle and inspire this wind to stop blowing. It is not going to inspire the child to frown. It is not going to inspire a tree to manifest, and everything is going to, go to hell. Like, they're really emphasizing brain. You need to put your brain on the back burner and really allow the heart to promote you to see how positive everything is all the time. Allow the positive truth to be all that you see and experience over and over and over and over and over and over again. Why is the mind always trying to sabotage the good? Stop. Stop letting the mind sabotage the good. Let's let the good just be. Just let it be. That's what they're saying. It's a really good message. They're waiting. They're asking me if my mind chooses to to continue with this channeling, or if I choose to go get breakfast. What is your choice, Abby? What is your direction? Are you going to sit in the forest and not get up and go somewhere, or are you going to it's like, what is my direction with my day? Every step we take has meaning and it has value, and you choose and then you experience, even if it's as simple as breakfast. That's what they're saying. So, on that note, I'm just going to allow this wisdom to be itself. And I'm just going to come to a close on that and then eat breakfast. That's my choice. I chose. And now I'm going to experience. Which means that I have to put this on pause for now. It's a good little mini message for humanity today. All right, that's all I'm going to share. If you're interested in experiencing spiritual healing or psychic wisdom with me one-on-one, please visit my website at abbynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you for watching my video.